Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV, going to be casting a match between two people that are on Team Prime. It is GhostKing versus BBoongBBoong. I know the IDs aren't correct. You will just have to take my word on it because I am taking IPL's word, which they are very reputable, I would say. The game was labeled BBoongBoong Prime versus GhostKing Prime. Of course, Beyond is GhostKing's former name. Zephyr, I think, is one of the managers on Prime. They just use his account to play on NA if they don't have one. So it is a match between BBoongBoong and GhostKing, and this is one match that I'm going to be very excited to see because I haven't actually casted BBoongBoong play ever before. The very first time seeing BBoongBoong was in the GSTL, where he is very good. He has done well for Prime despite not having that good of GSL results alone. But both of him and GhostKing currently earn round of 32 GSL Code A. GhostKing is playing Tree, and BBoongBoong is playing some Terran that I can't remember, I think. I don't know exactly who he is playing, but a little bit of a funny story with BBoongBoong. The first time seeing him was on the GSTL, as I did say, and he was doing an all-kill against F United, which was like We Made Fox plus Foreigners, because We Made Fox was kind of disbanding, and they didn't have enough players to compete in the GSTL, so Thorzane, Naniwa, and someone else joined up with them, and this guy, BBoongBoong, all killed them. And between the games, I kid you not, he had black tape on his nipples while eating pizza upside down. This guy is an absolute troll, or at least he used to be, and his name is BBoongBoong, which in Korean means fart, and that is what he's going to be known by. But Koreans don't really care about their gamer ID all that much, to my understanding. In Korea, people refer to other Koreans as their real name. So GhostKing would get referred to as Beyond, because that is his first name. I don't know what the rest of his name is, but I believe Koreans really go by the player name, not like Idra. Instead, they go by Greg Fields, and that's how they know them. So having your name being known as BBoongBoong isn't really that big of a deal, as he did state in GSL Off the Record, I think the show is called. He's like, well, it's just my gamer ID. That is not my name, and people don't really call me that. So it's kind of just one of those differences between foreigners and Koreans. However, the game is underway. We did see a 1-rack spin from GhostKing, and BBoongBoong went for a hatch first. Then he got gas, and then a pull. So he's going to have very fast speedlings. And that is relatively common on Antiga Shipyard. And also, generally how this match is played, ZVT on Antiga, Terrans, they go Marine tank, and they don't really have to be too aggressive, because once they take the middle of the map, then they have control of the game, and it's up to the Zerg to do something. Terran doesn't actually have to attack the Zerg. Instead, they take the middle, and once you have control of the middle, you can contain the Zerg to 3 bases, which this base would already be mined out, so you contain them to 2 bases, and off that, they can't really get enough Broodlords up to break your contain. So it's really up to the Zerg to do some damage early on, and generally that is by going Infestors, because Mutas, they don't really have the durability Infestors do. Muta Ling Bling, it's very like suicidal army. It's one of the ones you do economic damage, get away, do economic damage, get away. If you ever engage head on, everything just dies and you go back up to rebuilding. But Terrans, I mean, they're always going to have like an economic advantage on you, because it's easier for them to take this 4th base, and once they take the 4th base, it's hard for you to ever break that. So what you have to do is you have to get some type of army that can engage Marine tank very effectively. And that would be Infestors. So generally we do see Zergs rush up to Infestors. You also have Stefano go for a really fast 3rd base and rush up to 2-2 Lings off of Hatch Tech, I think. Well, no. Well, of course you can't do that. He rushes to 2-2 Lings, of course, getting the lair, but starts 1-1 before morphing his lair, and gets 2-2 as soon as possible and goes and attacks the Terran player, because the Terran GhostKing, in this case, will most likely want to take a fast 3rd base. If he does that, then he's going to be cutting back on the number of tanks he can produce. And that means 2-2 Lings are going to be very strong. We do have BBoongBoong, though, produce a lot of Lings right off the bat. 30 Lings now waiting in the middle of the map, and GhostKing doesn't really have all that much. He has 2 Hellions now moving out, and BBoongBoong is going to doing a lot of damage. He's just going to go up that ramp, and oh my god, those Lings are going to be coming in. An engineering bay comes up to try to wall for this bunker. The E-bay does go down. Bunker lives a little bit longer thanks to that. Some nice micro on these Hellions. There are 4 Hellions out, and I think these Lings may get cleaned up. 1 Hellion does go down, And BBoongBoong is going to have to let down the ramp and hope things don't just go streaming into his base, but it looks like those Lings are going to run away. And by the way, guys, BBoongBoong's name does mean foot, so whenever I say things that could be funny with foot, I am trying to intend it. Just, put that in your minds as we go on through this game, because I think it could be rather funny. Ling's still doing a little bit of damage. BBoongBoong just won't go away. GhostKing having a lot of trouble right now. We do have BBoongBoong, though, with nice overload spread, so we can see whenever GhostKing tries to go out and attack him. Cloak is on the way for GhostKing. BBoongBoong does not have layers, so this Cloak is going to be taking BBoongBoong by surprise. As more queens are coming out, he is going to be going up on his 4th queen. So 4 queens can defend a Banshee, but he doesn't have anything to see Cloak. He is just now getting his Evo chamber. And the Banshee is just about having Cloak and is already approaching BBoongBoong's base. So this Banshee could do a little bit of damage to the 3rd base. Probably won't do anything to the natural or the main. And Hellions are going to come out. There are a lot of Lings, but that is 6 Hellions. And all those Lings are going to be going down. GhostKing defending that very well. And surprisingly, GhostKing only lost 3 SCVs in that early stage of the game when BBoongBoong went into that harassment with 30 Lings. Going into this worker tab now, we have 50 drones versus 35 SCVs. But the Banshee is coming in. This 3rd base in a lot of trouble. And keep in mind, a lot of the Lings did just go down. So these Hellions are going to be coming up as well, killing off a lot more drones. The drone count now is up to 9. And those Hellions doing quite a bit of damage to those Lings. 11 workers have been killed. The Banshee does live. It is now 37 drones to 39 SCVs. So GhostKing is taking the lead in workers and is getting his 3rd base up right now. And the Banshee is going into the natural. It looks like we don't... Oh, no, we do have a Spore Crawler there waiting. Going to get a few shots off on that queen and start retreating back home. Those Lings going to go out to do some type of damage. There's no defense up at this 3rd. If those Lings go there, they could get a cancel up, but they're going to go straight for the natural, which GhostKing doesn't have a bunker up anymore. Hellion in the middle line. Those SCVs being pulled off, trying to act like a wall. And those GhostKing Hellions have some very nice micro right now. Going to go behind this middle line. SCVs on a hold position right there, so Lings cannot go around. That was such good play. Few Lings right here going to try to take out that SCV, but do not do a thing. And I don't know if he's killed a single SCV there. If you were wondering what happened, the Hellion went right here where like only 1 Ling could fit because of the eBay SimCity. So the Hellion was right here, so only 1 Ling was attacking at a time. And these SCVs went like this and did a wall and went on a hold position. When that happens, then if you're in a hold position and units on attack move, and there's another unit attacking something, that one unit that's attacking is going to have the priority, so the whole position is just like buildings that units refuse to attack. So, very nice move by GhostKing right there, messing up with the AI of BBoongBoong. We do have Stim just about done. The tanks are coming out, but he doesn't have siege mode just yet, and this was meaning it really cuts down on your tank production going up for this really fast 3rd base. So 2-2 Lings, if you catch your opponent off guard, can do a lot of damage, but BBoongBoong's not doing that. Oh my god, BBoongBoong's going for mute attack, and that is something I did not see coming on Antiga Shipyard, and this may just be one of those things he does because he is going against his teammate GhostKing, and GhostKing knows how BBoongBoong may want to play on this map, so he is going to be taking him by surprise with those muters, or maybe it's because there are 2 Banshees out on the map causing a huge headache. And Infestors, if you didn't know, aren't really that cost effective at killing Banshees. It takes them like 150 energy to kill off a Banshee, which isn't really that good, because if you go for Infestors to kill these Banshees, then 2 Infestors are going to be useless, which means you're open to a huge timing attack. So maybe that's why he is going to be going with Mutas, or maybe it's just because he is up against his teammate. However, he is going to go with a very fragile composition, and he has to keep the tank count low. If he doesn't keep the tank count low, then he will be in danger of losing this game. Going to go for a few SCVs, but will be losing quite a few Lings. And those Marines just going to demolish the Lings going in this unit's lost tab. You can see BBoongBoong losing a lot right there. Some mules do land from the heavens. BBoongBoong going to be spreading that creep all around, getting that goo all over. And those Banshees Those Banshees are kind of just stopping that. Very nice job with this Banshee play. But the Mutas are out. They're like, okay, Banshees, your time is up. And the Mutas do come. One Banshee immediately falls. The Mutas, though, just can go into this main, try to do damage. You can see that Ghost King completely off good by these Mutas. Just now getting his missile turrets up. So Mutas do quite a bit of damage on Antiga Shipyards just because it's something that you don't expect to ever happen really anymore. It's one of those things about being good by being bad, as Idra would say. But with good micro, they can be very effective on this map, just like any other map. But again, you do run the danger of now the Terran player just being able to build a few missile turrets out here, move out tanks, put a few Marines, and slowly contain his way up into that middle, or move his way up into the middle. And more Mutas are going to be clumping up to take out this one Banshee. Banshee goes down instantly. And that is quite a few Mutas, up to 18 Mutas. And this may be the magic number where he stops. He is going to get that missile attack upgrade, but starting that infestation pit. 18 Mutas, I think, is enough to volley missile turrets. And once you can do that, then you can start running around their base. Missile turrets don't really affect you all that much. However, Stim Marines, of course, they do. And if you can two-shot a missile turret, you can also pretty much one-volley a siege tank. So, very good, and I don't agree with this move one bit. Oh my god, the Banelings! 36 Banelings coming out, and BBoongBBoong wants to end this game right here. But he's got to hope his attack is potent enough to keep Ghost King away from that middle of the map. Because if it isn't, BBoongBBoong's going to have no army, and Ghost King is going to be able to take this control of the center. This is a very suicidal army right now, and could also kind of be considered an all-in. If it engages poorly, there's no hope on him ever being able to hold this base right up here, just because the contain will be down. So after this battle, we may be seeing a victor right here. It's all going to come down to the micro on Ghost King if this game does much longer the game lasts. If his micro is just okay, or anything short of spectacular, because that is 36 Banelings to 59 Marines. So that is a lot of Banelings. Chances are all the Marines are going to go down, and the Mutas are going to kill the tanks. But if that doesn't happen, this game can go south really fast. 2-1 and on those Lings and Banelings, and they are coming in. That tank spread is nice. And those Banelings clumped up right now, not really splitting. Ghost King with a lot of Marines left off to the right. Those tanks, though, going down. Only one tank left. So BBoongBBoong did a great job killing off all the tanks. The Mutas can't really engage these Marines just because of the number of medevacs. So the Marines are going to try to hold the middle of the map, but they can't really do this just yet. If, like, a few Banelings did come, the Marines would be forced to back off, and Mutas would kill off all the medevacs. There are still 12 Mutas left. But the thing is, BBoongBBoong did kill off the tanks, and that is what is key. And I think Ghost King may have saw that drone transfer, so he may know about that base. He is going to be grouping up in the middle, pulling back as he wants to take his fourth base, and that will be a gold base. But again, mules don't really help all that much. Drop is going off here, going to be sniping this one extractor, and that does minus probably about 100 gas from the Zerg player, doing that economic damage. So when he wants to go up into Broodlords, he just gets like one less brood, which does make a difference. If you repeatedly kill a gas off, you can stop it from mining a lot. Like a ridiculous amount. Like killing it 3 times, it'll be surprising if the opponent doesn't lose 500 gas. And if you snipe hatches, oh my god, that's like 300 right there that you have prevented your opponent from mining. Mutas going around picking off the Marines in small numbers, as Ghost King does have a beautiful pre-split to deal with fungal growth. But that does allow these Mutas to actually be effective. So he's got to keep his split very tight, so those Mutas still just don't do that much damage. It has to be careful not to bunch his units up. And we do have one Marine just on patrol between these bases. I don't think he saw that drone transfer, as he has no idea about this base. Just on the brink of vision. Mutas coming in, sees those Marines there, trying to find anything he can pick off. Gonna get one SCV. And it's not so much about picking off, probably. It's about making Ghost King move out of this split. Because if Ghost King moves out of this split, then he is vulnerable to Infestors and Banelings. Few Marines gonna go off on their own, pick off one Muta, 2 Mutas. And these small groups of Marines actually being very effective. They are at 3-3, Mutas at 1-0. So those Marines with medevacs are going to be so effective, and also sees the Broodlords morphing in. So now Ghost King knows, okay, I got to get Vikings. Does have ship level 2 just about done. And looks like the battle is about to commence. Maybe just sacrificing some of his mutas so he can get more Broodlords out of both players are very close to max. Ghost King at 183, Boong Boong at 198. And those Broodlords just going to be taking out those tanks slowly but surely. And there are only 4 Infestors back here, so those Broodlords not going to have the best fungal growth coverage, but with those transfuses that we just saw on the Broodlords, he is going to be able to survive Viking shots for a very long time. And these 6 Corruptors will get transfused as well to make them very effective at dealing with the Vikings. Tanks at 2-0, Lings and Blings at 2-2. So I think tanks don't do anything crazy to Banelings. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. Broodlords going down, but the transfuse does keep on coming. Ghost King with a lot of Marines clumped up right now. Those Infestors do capitalize on it. But while doing that, he messes up his transfuser. The Queen does go down. He lost 1 Infestor and did not follow it up with another fungal. Those Marines stem and just die. Infestor does insta-get Marines after he gets a full fungal off, and then the Marine does stem. 3 Broodlords out, 4 Broodlords right now. Ghost King still has this middle of the map, has a lot of missile turrets up, but these Broodlords moving so slowly, and Ghost King dealing beautifully with this, with only a few Vikings. Only has 3 Vikings out right now, and a Marine does come, sees Queens over at that base, so he has to know now. Fungal growth does go down on those Vikings. Vikings do get cleaned up. More Broodlords on the way. Handful of Marines gonna stem down, toting down those Infestors. Get one of them. Also forces a fungal, knows that Infestor doesn't have much energy, and now Corruptors are going down to those Marines. And Boong Boong has to engage those Lings coming up, kind of getting a split off as his Marines with their... his Marines were split up. Not the best engagement for Boong Boong, but he is doing quite a bit of damage. 156 supply to 156. But now the missile turrets are coming in, the Vikings are coming in, and the tank spread is still there way in the back, picking off those Lings and Banelings. Ghost King had a beautiful split, but we will have a big flank of Lings coming by. That 4th base is a PF, and there are still Marines defending the 4th base. And Ghost King is going to rebuild that missile turret. Boong Boong does have a lot banked up, but only 116 supply. We have a command center being built right over there, so Boong Boong will be going up on his 5th base. Meanwhile, a handful of Marines are going to be on the way down. And these Queens are going to get taken out. No transfuses, and the Marines just going to be running on up, and this Queen will be falling. And so will these Spine Crawlers, and it doesn't look like this is enough Lings to hold off the Marines, and with no other bases, this could be lights out for Ghost King. Banelings are rolling in, though. Will it be enough? Yes, he does defend with the help of those Banelings. And a drone is going by. He was long distance mining as he is oversaturated at all his bases. So going to be taking another ninja base. So it will be 5 base to 5 base. But I think Ghost King is way ahead in the econ right now, going over this income tab. Oh my god, look at that mineral differential. And a lot of the Broodlords and Corruptors are under attack, but oh my god, the fungal on those Vikings is beautiful. Unfortunately, there's no more Infestors to follow that fungal growth up. Marines now taking out these Lings. We do have this one base about a quarter of the way done. Marines now going to be strolling on in here. Will this be enough to snipe the one hatch? I don't think it will. This base does get discovered. It is morphing into a PF. Meanwhile, Ghost King is going on over, taking out these drones. He knows about the long distance mining because of this one Marine Scout. Doesn't know about the ninja base, but he may be checking that. Marines do go in a spot where they are very hard to kill, and Ghost King will be taking that game. Boong Boong down to 105 supply. Ghost King playing that game really well, really cost efficiently. You can see right there. Nice job, losing around 9,000 less than his opponent. And we will be going into the spending right now. This doesn't do an easy job to see how much the players spent. Keep in mind, when we look at the spending, Ghost King is banking around 3K total. So definitely something to keep in mind. I am opening up SC2 gears right now, so give me a minute. auto saved reps. Let's see. I don't know why my SC2 gears wasn't open already. My apologies about that. StarCraft, IP, replays, multiplayer. And unfortunately I didn't put these in a folder, so I have to load every replay I have, so that's what's taking a little bit of time. But we are now in the game. Boom. Switching on over so we can go to the resources spent. Let's see. We have 2k more minerals for GhostKing / Beyond, so about a 13k mineral differential. And let's see. Gas differential is around a 9k, so I don't know how Zergs always manage to spend so much and mine so much. I guess it all becomes, like, economy is kind of like one of those compounding interest type things. They get it up so much faster because they can build drones and max out on drones faster than any other race. So maybe that little extra boost just helps them so much because it just does that. I don't know if that's a good analogy with compounding interest. It's kind of like that. There's a whole nother scenario where I want to talk about it where it is. It was meant for one of my blog discussions about those injects missing, like, we'll talk about it actually here. So we can talk about that right now. So let's see. Going over to this. He missed 4 injects, it looks like. So that is, each inject is, I think 4 lava. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's 4 lava. Yeah, it has to be 4. It has to be. Yeah, 4 lava. So, every inject is 4 lava. So, missing, I think I'd say at minimum 4 lava, that would be 16. Now, even if, so we can go through this replay, because chances are BBoongBoong never really had too much money on hand, and he may have just wanted to get creep tumors up. I don't really care about if he does creep tumors or not. His injecting probably is better than 99% of the StarCraft community. I know some people may not like me hyping on that, but if you think about this, a lot of players kind of say, okay, my money's low. I'm doing fine on injects. I mean, my money gets high when I fail to inject, right? Yes. But in this early game, when you're building these drones, say, let's see, no injects are expiring yet. So, when an inject expires, we'll talk about it. Does immediately do injects right now. So, right now, you can see, okay, that is bad. 700 minerals. Of course, that is too much. And it looks like he is gearing up to do an all-in, so we can go to this level 12. So he's about to spend 600 minerals on lings. This is his 30 ling push that he has 23 drones when he supports it. However, this was a horrible example to do it with. Maybe I'll save it for Zenio. But if you think about it, when an inject finishes, generally you build, that's when you do your drone pump. When your inject finishes, you do your drone pump. So you build 4 or 5 drones when that finishes, okay? That's bad. Because you should be building drones constantly. Because let's say your inject finished, your hatch has a lot of love on it all of a sudden. I'm messing this up. I'll have to think about it more. But the thing is, the quicker you build your drones, the more the drone will mine. So instead of you not having any money, you'll be mining more money, which means you have more to spend, and that was just butchered. So I'll think about it and do it for a Zenio cast. I'll save it for then. And with that, I will conclude because I've just confused myself with that. But I promise you, there is going to be something very intellectual within the next few days that a lot of people just don't think about. So take care, guys, and I will see you guys next time.